Right, hello. Sorry. Way later than I wanted to start today, but we're here now. Let me just quickly check audio levels. That sounds good. That's fine. Cool. Okay. So, what are we up to today? We are... Let's swap over to this scene. That's fine. Planning to do some more game dev. What we got up to last time was we are currently working through a bit of the game design stages, working on what will be a turn-based battler, based on like a 2D grid, and I mean that's the main points of it. The tricky things I think is going to be that I want to try and figure out how multiplayer will work with this. I'm kind of doing this as like a prototype game that should be simple enough to learn topics as I go along, and I feel like multiplayer is one of those topics where I just need to sit down and learn how to do it at some point. So this seems like a nice easy, like an easy-ish version of a multiplayer game to do. It's only ever going to be, well, planning it at the moment to only ever be a 1v1 game, and because it's turn-based, should make things a lot easier, but we'll see how that goes. Let's put our playlist on shuffle so we get a bit more random music. And it should shuffle through the whole album, the whole playlist now. That's fine. Yeah, so last time we started having a think about what kind of messages need to go to and from the server in between each of the players and all that kind of stuff. This is going to need a lot more work. And I kind of started thinking that the server isn't necessarily this doesn't have to run. Like we don't have to build this in Godot. I don't know if it's going to be easier or harder, but I know that I need to do a lot more research into it. But what we might be doing is building the server in just a regular backend, which I might look into like Dino or Golang or something like that, and see how that all works. But that's for further down the line. We've got like a rough idea of like the kind of setup we need. And then right at the end last time we started playing around with this, creating the new units. Because the way that it works at the moment, I don't know, actually it's probably broken code at the moment, but we'll show, hopefully it'll work. Was just that when you generate a new unit on a tile, so once you've set up your map and chosen, we've got like drafting of units occurring so far, but when you click on a tile, this is probably going to break, isn't it? Yeah. It was just loading in one of these sprites that we've got an array of packed scenes here, but this doesn't seem like a good way for me to load units in, because how this is working is I've created a separate scene for each unit. Okay, a separate scene for each unit, which has its own animation frames locked into the scene. Whereas I think what should happen instead is the unit is the scene that needs to be added, and then we attach the unit stats and the unit sprite to this scene when it's generated, rather than pre-attach it instead, because that will be much more modular and reusable and stuff like that. I wouldn't have to make a new scene every time I want to make a new unit. So yeah, that's a rough overview of where we got up to. So I think today I might undo the bits that are breaking it for the moment and come back to this bit in another stream further down the line. And what we might do instead is just start a completely new scene as though we haven't gone through all the setup. Because at the moment I think it's tricky to think about what the play scene's going to be like coming through from the setup. So it might be easier just to take it as a fresh start, create a board that's a fixed size, place a couple of units on the board as a default state, and then work from there and see how we would go about with the UI for the play scene, and then also how we want the player to interact with the scene to take their turn. So when they click on a unit, what options are they given? Or let's say it's like an attack phase, the whole setup of like how they send their attack to the server. So yeah, that's a bit of a longer overview of it, but I think it'll be good. So we're probably starting to build up this kind of view of what the game scene, like the draft version, is going to look like. These are all like initial designs. Obviously once we start doing pixel art for the game, it'll change quite a bit. And then this is roughly what a player's turn is going to be, what we had a look at before. So if we ignore the randomizing the game start, if we just start it as a player's turn and we run through all of this, that should give us a better idea to fill out the rest of this client-side part of the map. So yeah, that's the rough idea. And rather than what I've been doing so far, which is just a game dev stream and then pixel art stream separately and gameplay scenes separately, what I might start doing is just try and do a longer stream, and when I get to a good stopping point for the game dev stuff, I'm probably going to switch over to do some pixel art, and then maybe do some gameplay stuff at the end, but we'll see. So I'm planning hopefully for this to be a bit of a longer stream and to get back into our pixel art stuff, which we were doing last. Is this going to work? This is going to open Steam, isn't it? That'll be alright. Steam loves to put its overlays on top of any windows you're looking at the moment, so we'll probably get bombarded with some Steam discounts and stuff in a second when it opens. Something to think about it. There we go. It's weird that Steam opens. I know that I'm opening Sprite through Steam, but don't need the overlay to open. So yeah, we've got to a good point of this. There's still a little bit of work here that's needed around the like town square, and then I want to start doing some animations on this. So we'll probably end up with that. And it needs a little bit of cleaning up around here. There's the lamppost itself is a little bit too, kind of gets hidden with the bush and the sky behind it. So I don't know what the best way to show that is going to be, but we'll see. Maybe we need some like tree branches and bigger bushes behind it, but then we lose out on the sky. We'll come back to that when we do some pixel art bits. I can leave that open. Let's close that. So that's that. Gonna do our dailies because we've not done them yet. Some like daily quiz games, just to get in the right mindset for a bit of programming. So hashtag is Wordle in 4 ways. We've got all the correct letters here already shown to us, and we just need to swap them around to create our 4 5-letter words. So it's the same as Wordle. Greens are in the right place, yellows are in the right word but in the wrong place. And obviously crossing points are a little bit more confusing because this C is yellow, but it could be in the vertical first word or the horizontal second word. So yeah, it's normally an idea to have a look at vowels, but we've got quite a few this time. So that's not going to help narrow down. I mean, obviously the Q is going to be quite tricky. That's got to be quack, surely. A Q and a K in the same word. Is there any other words it could be? No, I'm fairly confident that's going to be quack. Which means we need to put the A here. But swapping this A and E isn't actually that useful. So that C actually is going to end. We're going to end with the C here. So that C could be yellow because of this horizontal word. But then where does the other C go? It doesn't go that word. We're already using one in this word. I wouldn't have thought there's a double C. So maybe there's a C at the start of this word or in the middle. Would it make sense to swap the C and the E? There's no E in that word, so this can't be an E. So yeah, it makes more sense to do that swap, I think. And then we can swap those two. Oh, it's quick. That would have been better, actually, to make that swap. And there's still a C. Okay, what else have we got here? This could be rogue. So we swap the D and the R. I think I like that. And this can't be anything else, right? Yeah, it's got to be rogue. So what's this? Dunk? No. Dunce. This is probably dunce, isn't it? Wait, where am I getting U from? We've already used the U. Dance. This is dance. Okay. So that means that this... We can swap the I and the A, and then the A and the C. No. Oh, the A and the E would have to swap. I want A to go there. We want the E to go here, the I to go there. So that leaves this row being something O, something A. Focal? Yeah, it's focal. Okay, we can swap those two. Swap those two. Swap those two, and then we'll swap these two. Nice, not bad. So, we take those into Betweenle, which is Wordle, but in alphabetical order. We're looking for a word somewhere between all the A's and all the Z's, so start and end of the dictionary. And when we make a guess, we'll be told if the word we're looking for is it's like earlier alphabetically or later alphabetically than our guess. I like to try and use these to make this harder, which means we normally want to pick a word at either end. So dance is quite high up. Let's try starting with dance, and hopefully okay. So we can't guess our other 3 words this time because they all appear alphabetically below dance. So for example, if we tried to guess vocal, it won't let us. But that means we're looking for a word that's either much... is there anything early, starting DA? Most likely starting CU. Let's try curve. Okay, it's definitely in the seas somewhere. We need an I think, in cruise, don't we? Like crown, that still feels a bit too close. So the word that we're looking for is 19% of the way through the dictionary. If we lined up all 5-letter words alphabetically, and there's 0.67 is saying 0.67% of the dictionary alphabetically above cruise. I swear cruise had an I in it. Yeah, this must be some other word that I'm not aware of. So crown is too close, I think. We're probably looking at like cross. Could be. This could still be too close. Let's try crone. Okay, yeah, we want to go like crew. Okay. Let's try crack. Okay, so after crack, but before crew. Crave. That feels too close to crew. Could try crash. Yeah, okay. So midway between crack and crash. Where are we looking? Crane. There we go. Not too bad. And then we'll use that as our first word for Wordle. It's pretty standard. This is just Wordle, but on hard mode. So any letters you guess, you have to use. So if any yellows or greens have to be used in future guesses. Nothing from crane. Okay. Have we got any other words that we've used that don't have any of those? Crane, seas, no. Any of these that we guessed? No, we've just got seas in all of them. Let's go for ghost. All new letters. Okay, so now future guesses have to have an S in the 4th position and an O somewhere in them. So probably looking at the O there. And we could do a double S just to eliminate early. Should we try an Aussie kind of word? Like mossy? Let's try that. Okay, that's a good guess. So what can the first letter be here? Can't be S. Wassy, Hossy, Rossi, Yossi, Hossy, Lossy. Lossy could work. Boss or Bossy. So Bossy or Lossy, I think. We can't do filler words because we're on hard mode. Let's have a go, I think, with Bossy. Yeah, there we go. Nice. Okay, on to Travle. This is geography. Go from one country to another country, and you're trying to use the fewest border crossings. And if you go in the correct order from French Guiana, in this case, to Costa Rica, if you get every country in the correct order, you get a perfect game. Otherwise, you get a score based on how many extra countries you've used. French Guiana. Does that doesn't border Colombia directly. I know we're going to need like Colombia, Panama, maybe El Salvador, I think. So I'm thinking actually Brazil might be first here to get us across to Colombia. and then Panama. Nice. Perfect game there. Right, on to connections. Finding 4 groups of 4 in the grid. A Jew, fortune teller, slate, crane, games, airplane, temps, audio, program, news, fan, pain, bill, bell, schedule, and cooking. You know what? I feel like audio, adieu, slate, and crane are like good, like commonly used starting words for Wordle. Crane maybe less so, but I know adieu and audio are normally used quite a lot because of the vowel combinations. And I think slate is quite commonly used as well because they're all very common letters. So we'll keep that as an idea. Temps is probably a good one over crane. C and N, well, C is less common. N, not so much, but... program, schedule, bill, and slate is possible. What else could be in that? Cooking. What's cooking gonna match with here? And bell. Bell is a weird one. What can bell tie in with out of all of these? We could have French words here. So we've got bread. This is beautiful, isn't it? This is weather. And goodbye. I don't know if audio has French roots, and schedule might also. So maybe we come back to those as well. So what have we not used yet? We've used like... So news. Bill. Bill's got to be with these two, surely. And slate. I think we want to go with this. I think we've got French words as well. We need to adjust this playlist so it doesn't have such a... some of the heavy albums from Stream Beats in. I don't mind them too much, but they're just designed for different kinds of streams. Okay, so we said... So I don't think we've got our Wordle starting words, which I thought we were running into, but maybe not. So audio... What's fortune teller going to go with? Can we have these? Just things you might have in like a fun fair. And then, but what would airplane be going with here? News, fan. Is there anything we can do with like origami? Things you can do with like a napkin or something? Like shapes you could make. I don't know if you can do that. Should we try? Let's try the French. Maybe like that. Let's see what this says. If this one away. Oh, there we go. Okay. It was just French words. Okay, so we should have an easy setup somewhere here. Which is what though? Fan crane. Cooking. They're like channels. Fan channel, maybe? Let's try this. It's probably one away somewhere. Wouldn't have got that. So fan, fortune teller, airplane, and crane. Don't know what this theme is. Oh. So the fortune teller is in like the four corner thing. I wasn't making that link at all. That was really throwing me off. We're on the right lines with these three. Not sure I agree about putting like New York Times stuff into the game. I know they're hosting it, but still. Right, word salad. We'll come back to the mini last. So word salad is find words in the grid that match the theme. So types of station, words can cross over themselves. And at the bottom we have the number of letters in each of the words we're looking for, and these answers are in alphabetical order. So obviously we've got a train station. Can we get plane station or aeroplane? No. Can we get a tool station? No. Types of station. Saw train straight away. I thought, oh, it's gonna be some easy ones here. File station's not a thing, is it? No. Ten is quite a long word. Something station. Like a food station or a prep station or... Live station. A life station. Place? Okay, something place. Could this 10 be? So another 5 letters beforehand. fireplace. Fire station? Okay. A heli station. No. This. The thing I always struggle with these kind of daily challenges is how much of the words that you're looking for, like just American language, that over in the UK we don't use that much or don't use at all. A noise station? Surely it's got to be something place. We've got place there. Pace? Revel. Resin. Treve. Sop. So we know alphabetically it has to start after F. So we can't start with the A, the C, the E. And we can't start after T. So no V. So we've got to start somewhere nearer the top for all of these words that are left. There's 4 words left. P. There's got to be a word starting with P here, right? Palace. That's not. Oh, that's one letter away from something. How is this one letter away? So when the, I'm not entirely sure about this, but I think when you're like one letter away, you get this kind of like pulsing effect on the line. You did this today. Hey Rinks, how's it going? This feels like a tough one. Lice. No. How are we one letter away? I've cursed you with word salad. I swear, like, some days it takes like a minute to do it, but most days it's around like at least 8. How are we one away from here? Palace. Passley. No. It seems to like this. Oh, they done words today. No. So I was just saying, it's like the one thing that's the problem with a lot of these daily challenges is they're all US based. And most of the time they're just not words that I would ever use. How is this one away though? A lice station. Lice. That's one away as well. So the A might be wrong. Oh, of course, there's a space station. Oh, really? Fair enough. I was going around there. It's like pace. There was place? No. Okay, so place is one away as well. So splice? Splice station? That doesn't sound like a word. You got live station. Hey Zimni, how's it going? How are you getting on with Silent Hill Rinks? You're playing the original, aren't you? God, this is nightmarish. Oh, you finished it last week, nice. Are you gonna go on to the remake, or was that just an excuse to play the original? Rinks has been doing a playthrough of the original version of Silent Hill 2, right? Or is it the original Silent Hill 1 that you were playing? I think it was that. I'm playing a game that many in the reviews are saying, oh, if you like Silent Hill, you should play this. Oh, the OG Silent Hill 1. It's not Crow County, is it? I feel like that's one that's like similar to Silent Hill. But this game wouldn't even match. What? Oh, I've seen about Tortured Souls, yeah. How are you finding that one? What's this word going to be? We're close to a correct word here. You've got renovation in the apartment above, so couldn't work today. Oh no. What, so you just had to delay doing the work? Some good things about it for sure, but there are some things that Silent Hill 1 does way better. I've heard some people complaining that Silent Hill 2 remake has changed a bit of the map system, and it seems to be like not as great. Writing documentation. Oh, risky. You might have loads of errors from ChatGPT. But yeah, I can understand. I think it would be good to have like help you output a base document for you to tweak. Okay, what else have we got here? Got three other words. One starts between space and train. I think those people are forgetting how old games went. Granted, I think some of the renovated areas are too large, but I think the overall remake is fine. Yeah, it's fair. Everyone has a bit of like rose tinted glasses for old games that they used to play. That's fine. Just formatting style and check for us. Yeah, nice. No, this will appear in a second, I'm sure. I might take a clue from you. But I think it'll open up in a second. You check the map a lot. Yeah, I think one of my favourite games I've ever played is Majora's Mask. But every time I've tried to go back to it with like an emulator or something like that, I kind of give up almost immediately. But I think that's more because I'm not playing now with a controller. Because on an emulator, it's like mouse and keyboard. And it's not quite the same. How is there something near here? Place. Splice. And there's got to be something between space and train. So it has to start with S. And it'll have to go SP. Right? Something alphabetically after PA. And the only option is the O, actually. Or SP. Yeah, that's the thing I'd need to do. I have to get an old N64 controller for emulation. For the true experience. Careful what letters you get stuck on. Feels like a clue. Okay. Yeah, some games I used to play, like I'm pretty sure Cuphead I was playing with an Xbox controller. We have to start with the S, right? Or it's T, or the T actually, for a word between these. But we can't get, that'll be TE. Television. Right? Yeah, okay. So now we're alphabetically between. In your opinion, the protagonist of Tortured Souls. Thanks for the clap. Carolyn has very threadbare reasons to be staying in the mansion she's stuck in. Is it Tortured Souls that starts off with a very weird cutscene? Like, it seems like it's not necessary for the story. I mean, it kind of gives a reason, but I think it's the one I'm thinking of. Does she not start off in like in a bath? Like you wake up in a bath and there's like an old cutscene, or am I thinking of something different again? Yeah, okay. Is that fair to the plot, or is it? Oh, here we go. It's police station. See, I figured it would eventually come out. Oh, yeah. Because when it first came out, I saw a few streamers playing it, and every time it came, okay, yeah, I thought that might be the case. Yeah, every time they went into it, because it was like had just come out. No one in chat knew about it, so no one was warning. Okay, between the P and the S. What? It's got to start with the R, right? Or the E. Oh, a service station. Oh. Wow, that wasn't a great word salad. 15 minutes. No, 16 minutes. It's my fault for not being able to see the word police. Yeah, a lot of people got caught out with that that cutscene this time. Really? Is that a secondary costume you can just use from the start though? How are you finding the game in general though? Is it good fun? If we ignore that. My cup of tea, what's this going to be? So again, we're looking for 7 words in this grid, and one of them is the spangram, which is a word that has to touch 2 sides of the grid, like opposing sides of the grid, and can be, it's kind of like an overarching theme word or theme description, and it can be 1 or 2 words. I don't think it can be 3 words, but and also I've never seen words come up that cross over themselves. So unlike in word salad, a word that would be like this kind of pattern, I don't think works. It's okay, after playing Silent Hill 1, Silent Hill 1 is just way better. save for the camera and controls. There's a little bit though that I understand with fixed cameras. So the whole point, especially in like Silent Hill 2, a lot of the times you have fixed cameras because they want to frame a certain view that you get, and also it kind of adds to the horror. But it just makes it awkward as well to play. So I can understand people being annoyed with it, but I can see why they did it. My cup of tea. Are we looking for types of tea? We have like chai. Chai? No. Matcha? Is that here somewhere? Fully aware, just being a modern gamer, yeah. It can be a bit like that. I wonder if there's a way around that though. Oh, it has a way to move the camera around. Am I right in thinking that for most of I think Silent Hill 2, for most of the original version, there were fixed camera positions that follow you around, but you can't like swap them around. Because like the original Resident Evil did that kind of stuff where you're watching from a corner of a room. So sometimes you can hear noises, but you have no idea where they're coming from. I see cinnamon here. Cinnamon tea? Are we gonna have pumpkin then? Where's pumpkin? Yeah, no. Problem with Touch Souls is that you're hearing an enemy, but you don't know how far. Yeah. Well, especially if you're hearing the audio from the fixed camera, then you can't quite tell based on where your character is where that enemy's going to be. Oh, well, yeah. If the enemies are fast, then that kind of defeats the point of it, right? I've seen people praise older horror games because of that, but I think that kind of thing, you have to have slow moving enemies, because the whole point is like building dread. Is not, the regular weapon doesn't stagger. Yeah, not sure I agree with that setup. What other tea options do we have? Nutmeg? Yeah, I see nutmeg there. Okay, so this is like, we're looking for spices that you put in. You're guaranteed to get hit. Yeah, in that kind of situation though, it's like, we have pepper. It kind of just forces, I guess if you're forcing the player to take damage, then that adds the scarcity of like healing items and all that kind of stuff, but it never feels good if you're like forced to take damage in a game. Okay, so we're quite narrow with where we can have the spangram. It's got to pass through these three, I think. Unless we go like down to the bottom here. Wait. Is it like old school Resident Evil where you've got like, what was it? You had ink available for the typewriters, so you had limited number of saves. But they limited the saves. Yeah, sure. I'm kind of just doing these now. No difficulty option. Oh, that's rough. Cardamom. Yes. Thank you. See, I tried chai. Anise. Yeah, very good. Okay, so that's part of the spangram. Masala chai. Is masala chai? Okay. And clove, nice. Thank you. I don't really know my teas that well. Oh, okay. So these are all spices that you use to make a masala chai tea, I'm guessing. So you'd put... It's like the spice mix. You love tea. Okay, last one is the mini, and then we might get on to doing some game devs today. We'll see. Horse's foot is hoof. Maybe. Yeah. I'm half Italian though, so for me it's coffee over tea. More than enough. Plenty. That's too long. It's coming out. Like movies listed on Rotten Tomatoes. Record from. Okay, what you can make dance by putting a little boogie in it. Like some criticism and winter weather. Harsh, maybe? Nebraska's the largest city. Come back to that. Agreed to see opt-in. This is going to be on something super stylish in 2010 slang. This is going to be fleek, isn't it? That's how you spell it. Swirl is in water. Omaha, thank you. So that's going to be ample. This is going to be Eddie. And then Omaha. Nice. Thank you. Much better knowledge of the states than me. Ample rated. Yeah, okay. Shied. Oh, recalls from, yeah. And hanky. Nice, nice. Right, now I guess we have to do some work. So we started... Yeah, you've got all that history. You should know all of the states. No, this is kind of work, I guess. So we had a little think about multiplayer stuff. Fair enough, yeah. Yeah, I think we'll probably try and do the game scene. Start on that. You got some stuff to sort. Well, thanks for the lurk. Oh, yeah. I always find when I get to like the starting point of something, that's the bit where the procrastination hits the worst. If I've actually made a start on something, then it's normally okay. So yeah, today let's just make a start on our game scene. Ah, that's fair. You've already had a productive day then. Yeah, I use that excuse a lot. It's like, I've done work today. I don't know if I've got another load of work available. that I can stream. Ooh. Are you doing like, is it Inktober that people do for the drawing challenges? Or have you got your own challenge? Yeah, okay, let's have a look at doing something like this. And we're just going to default to standard board then. And let's undo the bits that we were started doing here, because those are all wrong. It's your personal interpretation of that. You've completed multiple Inktovers in the past. Oh, this time's a little special. So you're doing a little, your own version. What kind of, are you saying a comic book? A comic page? Oh, that's awesome. Comic that you made when you were around 11 and redoing it in your current drawing style. Not changing the script's names and designs, but updating panels. Oh, yeah, yeah. Please share. That's such a nice idea. I like that. So what's this bit is the bit that's failing. So we tried adding last time. I think if we just remove that, hopefully our game won't crash anymore. Yeah, it should definitely let you share in chat. It should work. Yeah, good. When I've been doing some like clear outs and finding old notebooks that have got like old scribbles and all that kind of stuff in, it's like, oh god, why are these drawings? Okay, that's back to working, and we've got this fake one up here. So we are going to clear all of these, and we're going to make a new scene. So I guess if we just do, ooh. Where's that going to open? Let's just check it's not going to throw up any emails. That looks good. Chrono Crisis. Oh, sweet. So you're redrawing all the panels, but leaving everything else. Look at the older post first. Does it go down here? The remaster one, this. I don't think I've ever used Patreon, so I can't, I'm going to assume chapter 1. Nice. Oh, is this the old version? Wait, what? Ah, that's so cool. God, you can really see the difference in style now, though. I love the framing here. Awesome. Okay, so yeah, you've definitely learned like a lot of like more modern, I'd say more modern techniques, right? With the panels cutting across. So we had this face hit here. I mean, you can't really complain about what you had, what you did when you were like 11. This is great. Next page is in Tagalog. No, Tagalog? I don't know how to say it. Yeah, I do get. You've done them all in English. Nice. That's such a cool project to do. Are you doing this on stream then, or is this like a side project? "16 pages. It's going to be a big. Are you giving yourself a deadline of end of October to finish it by, or is it just a side project of like, let's see how this goes? Streamline the script, but don't add new lines. Just take out unnecessary. Okay. Yeah, it's cool. Nice. Well, I look forward to to reading it. Maybe. Is it going to be a Patreon release? I have to sign up. Breakdown in the post gives the one-to-one translation. Okay. Oh, for all the dialogue lines. Well, for all the text that's on it. Nice, nice. Right, what do we want to do then? Haven't got any more any more distractions. In the edge post, it's an uninterrupted version in a post. So it's the old versus new. No. I'm looking for distractions, don't worry. Oh, brilliant. Right, I'll definitely check that out. Gotta follow the story. Okay, let's do... I mean, we've already got a play scene, but maybe let's call this like turn. yeah, we're going to call this turn. And we're just going to rebuild what we think the player should be, like the UI for the player that they would use during their turn. And we have to think about what we can do with this. Might reconsider doing all 4 chapters that you completed. Oh, and even finish the end. Oh, so this is just like... Sorry, I was thinking like, what, redo the pages that you've just done, but you mean you're currently doing chapter 1, or 1 and 2 maybe? But there's more chapters you've already written. Ooh. So when's this going to be an interactive narrative game that you're going to build? You're going to weave your story into... That's what you got to do. That's going to be your next Luden Dare entry. It's a fully fledged 5 chapter long narrative story with some hidden object scenes to progress, right? You got to combine all of your all your genres together. That'd be great. Yeah, I guess should do some work. Right, so how was I structuring this then? Were you just putting a texture on? That doesn't seem right. Yeah, sure. Got no idea how to do that type of game, but... I mean, if I can figure out how to make a game in Godot, then sure. Let's do that. So if I just have transform, ordering, sounds good. We have to pick a game jam at some point. I kind of want to like get a lot more familiar first with Godot, but yeah, I'll definitely be keen. Because at the moment I feel like my understanding of how to make a game at the moment is still lacking. Oh, 100% would be 2D. Don't worry about that. Well, you did a 3D game this time, didn't you? The Fear of the Unknown. So it's a Rink special to have 2D enemies and characters on in a 3D world, right? Because what was the delivery? What was it called? Dante? Was it Dante's Delivery? Yeah, it was Dante's Delivery, wasn't it? God, I need to get into a state where I'm comfortable enough with Godot that I can do game jams again, because I really enjoyed those. But I think that would just be a case of using Godot for a little bit more and just getting more familiar with the setup. It shouldn't take too long. I'm hoping. I'm hoping. Thank you. Right, so actually, I think if we change this, not to a node 2D, but to a control node, you got a lucky wooden egg. Thank you. Right, and then this is going to be size to match our standard lobby size. So 1280 by 720. Let's start with that. And that's roughly the area we're working with. So on our turn, we need to have the map in it. And we want to anchor our map by the center, which we do somehow. Center? No. So how do we click to change object's rotation pivot? Can we like set it to this? No. I guess we can move it. No, that doesn't work. So if we look in our scripts, how are we creating our map to start with? We are in our game state. We set our map. This is just the data. And replace units, handle that. That's fine. Is it in our lobby? Game state set map, that's fine. Do that. So what is it that actually creates our map? I know we have to clear it somewhere. I can't remember where I've done this now. Map selection add, no. Maybe it's in the map. Should tell some range. That's not it. But we were doing this, weren't we? Where were you calling set cell? Let's have a look for that. Search, find your files. Background tiles. This is where we want to be. Where is this? In the ready. So when the node enters the scene tree for the first time, which means if we just bring it in here, then it should be set up correctly already. So what if instead of what we're doing what are we doing at the moment? We're going main menu, start scene. This is where we're setting our game state values. When we start the game, it draws the map. And then we've got our cells here. And then when we click confirm, what are we? We're in the play state. Now, is that correct? We're in main menu, go into lobby, start game, we're in play already. So I feel like from play, which is here, actually, if we open setup, rather than this, which is the continue, what if we here change our scene? How do we do that? Lobby, this. So we're gonna not do Q3, instead we're gonna change scene to file, and we're gonna change the turn scene, and we see what this does. Does change scene close out the old scene? Not sure. But now if we select our 3 and click confirm. Okay, so we've got our map drawn out correctly. That's fine. So let's add a script to our turn scene, and we'll see how this works. So on ready, let's get a reference to map, and what details of map can we go for? Kind of want to know I want to center the map if I can. So let's just go straight to the docs. Center a scene. A 2D scene to act as battle. So the port sizing divided by X and Y. Yeah. Not quite what I want. Let's have a look at, if I go to the docs and we have a look at a layout node, no, 2D node, no 2D. Right, what methods do we get on this? We have properties of global position, global scale, global skew, transform. We probably want to translate it. I think that's probably what we want to do. It should be Translates the node by given offset in local coordinates. And we probably need to scale it as well. Because if we're playing, let's say if the player full screens it, we don't really want a fixed size, do we? I mean, I wonder if that's all in camera controls rather than stuff here. So let's just do like map. Let's just print our map. Oh no, map dot position, which I think should give me 0, 0. Let's actually, instead of doing that, we just do like a click event here, which I think we can do function input. And then print this. So we don't actually have to care about it being at the start. Will that work? Let's rebuild this and just see. It might be that because this could be one of those functions that needs to be in there before the scene is started. Don't know why I selected 5. That'll do. We just need 1. Okay, so we're getting 0, 0, which is showing where the start position of the map is. So what other properties can we see of this? Can we have a look at the size of it? So map dot set. Can we set position? Equals, let's say vector 2i, let's say 3, 3. What does that do? Does that shift it 3 pixels? Yes. So if we look at our game state and we look at the map columns, we can figure out how wide this is. Because at the moment we're timesing by, I think each tile is 70 pixels wide. So this should be the full width. This should be the width in pixels of the map, I think. No, is there... There's buffer around the tiles, I think, as well. Like, is this a grid of 70? Where can I see? Tile size is 70 by 70. Is there... No, there's no padding between. Okay. So can I get screen width? Steve, our temp map location equals that. So Godot gets window width. Godot 4. Let's see how people try and do this. Let's get green, yeah, screen size. Display server. Let's have a look at the docs for display server. Server interface for low-level window management. And everything related to window management, separate from OS. A single operating system may support multiple display servers. Okay. Wow, there's loads of functions there. It's a lot of methods. Let me just have a quick look. What do they use? Display server screen get size. Let's just check that's still the same in the docs. And actually, this is 4.3, good, yeah. So what was it? Screen get size. Turns the screen size in pixels, also screen get position and get usable rect. Returns the portion of the screen is not obstructed by a status bar in pixels. Screen get position should be up here. Turns the screen's top left corner position in pixels. Oh, that's quite interesting. So I guess these methods are how people do the multi-window games, where you have to like drag windows around and like line them up to allow you to like move between different windows and that kind of stuff. But yeah, let's try this. So display server dot screen get size. Let's get it. Bar screen size equals display server dot get screen get size. Let's just print out these two. So print screen size. Why does screen look wrong there now? Type out a word too many times, it looks weird. Temp map location. Actually, let's differentiate these. So this is screen size. And this is map mid width. Okay, where's my output? Okay, so that's the screen size, that's not the window size. Can we get window size on here? Is there like a window get size instead? Looks like it. Get max size, get min size. Window get size, what do you do? Return the size of the window specified by window ID. How do we get the window ID? Is it default to 0? Get current screen. No. Window can draw. No. Get attached instance ID. Can I get like a list of window IDs? Let's see what window ID returns in the docs. Find in here, window ID. Get attached instance ID, no. Get current screen. Get size, get title size is focused. Move to foreground, request attention. Get current screen. Set exclusive. Main window ID. The ID of the main window spawned by the engine, which can be passed into methods expecting a window ID. Do I need to set these up? Constant is 0. Maybe it's just 0 to start with. Let's see what window get size does. And let's not pass in a value, because it looks like it defaults to 0 anyway. Okay, that is correct. That's the size we want. So now let's see if this is doing X or Y first. X. Of course, yeah, it's obviously going to be doing X first. I don't know why I had to calculate that. So we want screen size over 2 will give us the middle of the screen. So screen size, let's do another temp. Bar temp, no, bar map, new, no, centered map position is equal to, so screen size dot x, actually we should call this window size now. Window size needs to be window size dot x over 2. So that gives us the middle of our window, and then we need to minus temp map location, and we need to do this first, and then we want to put our centered position here. Does that center our map? That looks fairly centered. There's probably a better way to do this. Now, do we want to drop it down? I don't think we do. So I think we want to, like, if the eventual UI for the play scene has it'll probably have a status bar of some kind across the top. But the way that we will handle that is we'll probably have a scene that surrounds this turn scene. It will be our overall controls UI. And that will be first. Okay. Sorry, just checking messages. It's all fine. Okay, so this sets up there. Now, let's close out the rest of this stuff. So let's do center map as a function. And we're just going to do this. Don't want to do it on input anymore. And then here, we're just going to center map on ready. Get rid of this. Don't need that. We don't need these prints. Those are fine. We don't really need all these variables, but that's okay as well. So let's test this out with the various map options that we've got. See what happens there. So we start game with, let's do a short map, 10 by 4. We only want 1 unit because we want to set it out quicker. So once we've selected our deployment and we confirm to go into the game, that looks pretty centered. Finish the clean sketch of page 7A. Nice. That's quick progress. Oh, the sprites are all from Brackeys. So Brackeys has done a tutorial for Godot, and I'm just using those as like placeholder sprites at the moment. So this is world tile set, I think. And then how do I show this on the screen? There's a way of doing this. I can't remember. Can I just open this? Is that doing anything? I'm still not sure about how Godot's screen stuff works. If I just drop it in here, okay, that's an easier way to do it. If I drop it in here and expand this. No, it's not from that either. It's not even from there. It's this PNG. There we go. We've got a little animation show here. So just a little 2D night. The tutorial goes through how to do a fairly simple. It's like a 2D platformer. So I'm just borrowing those the sprite set for. He is just a little guy. But yeah, I'm borrowing those sprites for the moment until I actually do some pixel art for this game. But that worked okay. Oh, why is that reset though? Yeah, while I'm learning those mechanics. This is completely broken, isn't it? Let's see what happened there. I think it's because I was editing this scene. So we have our 9x9. And we put the enemies on here. Nice, thank you. Well, thanks for the lurk. Have a good sleep. And I hope the rest of the comic goes well. And hope what is it? Is it Tormented Souls or Tortured Souls? I can't remember what the T was. But I hope that playthrough goes well. Don't get too spooked. Okay, so that's all good, but why is that's tomorrow morning for you? So you stream early morning then, when you wake up? Sorry. Ask a question as you're leaving. Ah, okay. Yeah, it's normally like, I feel like 3:30 or something in the morning for me. Ah, nice. Yeah, very similar. Similar kind of sleep schedule. Yeah, have a good sleep and hope the stream goes well tomorrow. Night. So can we draw on our map? Why is our pause script not working? Because we don't have the pause on here, do we? That is a separate scene that we attach on. Like this. That's why that wasn't there. So I'm not sure I like this way of doing that anyway. That should just be sat in the background, I'd imagine, for most of the time. Why is it? It shouldn't show by default, but that's fine. The script's not running. Oh, wait, is our script not the one that runs it? Is that in play? Yes. Okay, I really don't like this. This setup's not good. I feel like whatever window is active, it should use signals to tell one of these root nodes to show a pause screen. It shouldn't be the pause is part of its own part of their smaller scenes. So that's gotta change. That's not on there. What does that pause script do? So what if we put pause into our global as well? It's probably not what we want to end up doing, but let's do this for the moment. And just see how this plays out. So rather than having pause in here, and also in our play scene, let's get rid of pause out of this. And then instead, if we go to our pause script, we say function ready event bus dot we're going to open up our event bus script. So we're going to have another signal here for pause, which at the moment we're just going to leave without variables. So this is going to be pause dot connect and we need a new function here, which is going to be a pause menu. And that's what we're going to connect here. And then this is going to do what? This is going to load the pause scene. How do we do that? We want to add to the scene tree. Add scene to scene tree. Godot 4. How to load a scene using scene tree. Tree order top to bottom. We don't want to change scene to file. That's not what we want to do here. We want to add it. Because like the globals, these are scripts that are auto-loaded, yeah. So what can we do? Get tree. No, we want to get tree. And then maybe dot connect. Where's our get tree? Node dot get tree. Let's have a look at this in more detail. Turns the scene tree that contains this node. Okay, let's have a look at scene tree in more detail. This is what we want to have a look at. Methods. Where's our methods? Methods here. Call group. Call group flags. Change scene to file. Change the running scene to the one given after loading it into a pack scene and creating a new instance. Change scene to pack. Changes the running scene into a new instance of the given pack scene. first node, get node. Get multiplayer. Search for the multiplayer API configured for the given path. This might be something we need to look at for multiplayer stuff. Get nodes in groups, get process, has groups, notify a group. How do we... How do we add a node to the scene tree? Resource loader. Where's our node? Let's see. I don't think this is what we want to do here. Godot 4. Add pause scene tree. Let's see what this says. Let's see what pausing documentation tells us. So yeah, we do this in our pause. Start by creating a button that will be used to pause the game. Create a menu containing a close button so that the process mode of the node's root paused. Can we just do show? That's not going to work, is it? That's not going to... I don't think that's going to work. Let's just see if this works though. So basically what we're saying is like, this we want to do. But rather than pause.show, we want to do event bus dot pause dot emit. Oh, emit. And technically we want to put this into the pause script. Like this. Now, I don't know if this is a good way to do it. But let's see what happens. So we start, we do this, and then we place our units, confirm. Now if we press escape now, nothing's happening. I don't even know if it's actually pausing. It should be. Like print, pause. Doesn't look like it. Okay, let's just do a little break. Need to stretch and stop looking at code for a second. I think this feels like it's the wrong route for how to do a pause menu, but it's just I'm kind of just following it for the moment to see, like, I'm going to learn stuff about how this node and the pause stuff works. So it's always a good idea just to play around with it. We'll probably do a little bit more in here, and then we'll probably switch over and do a bit more of our pixel art in maybe an hour or so or something like that. So we'll do a quick break here. Let's do about 5 minutes, and then we'll be back in it a little bit. All right, I'm just gonna get a drink and stretch. Back in a sec. Right. So initial thoughts are, let's get the mic in the right position. Initial thoughts here are that this is not the right way to do this pause menuing. I'm kind of reluctant to go back to here, but I think that's probably a good idea for this kind of setup. I'm almost considering that when we're in our game... Oh wait, there is... What? Why is there pause there? But it's empty. Why is it empty? Well, it should have all of this stuff. Because the scene isn't being loaded. We're just loading something called pause, right? Let's take that off there. Like, would a Godot game scene template? I kind of want an idea of what like people do for a standard setup. Scene tree example. Let's do that. I feel like this might be okay. So an idea of what a full scene tree might look like. First project should be a platform with 4 to 7 levels and a little shop to purchase permanent upgrades like double jump, maybe an overworld. I've already built some basic structures like player, first level, main menu, game manager. So my question, I saw a YouTube tutorial, copy paste your main route, clean it, and ta-da, you have a blank canvas for level 2. Does this really work? Because I also copy the game manager and the player. If the game manager should keep track of coins to buy things later in the shop, how should my route/tree look like? I thought of something like this. All the different nodes that make the level, like tarmac, coins, etc., packed in one level, level 1, level 2, yeah. But if I do that, didn't I miss the player scene in each level? And if I place the player in each level, can the player carry skills across level that are bought in the shop? Saving games. we'll come back to saving games. That's... For the levels, you'll actually need to implement a switching scene that loads, instantiates levels, and adds child it to a level. Okay, it calls add child to a levels node in the main root tree. When you switch to a level, remove child, then queue free any nodes that are inside the levels node. This is to ensure only one level active at a time. If let's say you reparent the player to level 1, you need to reparent it back to the player. Back the player to main node before Q3. Then switch to level 2 and reparent the player. Not sure I like the whole reparenting idea. But yeah, it looks like swapping in content, which might be what we do. Because on our root node, we're going to have a few managers and stuff that are just running all the time. But also, if we want like a UI that is shown for most of the game, and then we can just load the map into it. I don't know. Keep getting sidetracked with all this. I mean, there's going to be a lot of sidetracks. When I get a better understanding, there won't be as many of these, but they're good to think about. It makes sense to me that a pause menu has to sit in the scene tree above whatever node you're working with. But also, that pause menu won't exist on like your main menu, for example. I mean, there's a chance we don't even need a pause menu in this game anyway. Let's leave that for a later stream. Let's ignore this for the moment. But also, we need to get rid of this stuff. We need to return it to how we were before, which I think was with none of that. I think event bus didn't have this. I think play is fine, and this we don't want to care about. I think what we want is we want to do this. So if we just press escape here, we're just going to use it for the moment to return to main menu. So let's save all of those, refresh. Do we need to do Q3? We might need to Q3 when we move off. Okay, that's good. Now I can just go, for the moment I can go around and test out stuff. Cool. Okay. Let's leave pause menu like that for the moment. So what we want to do when we center our map, we then want to show units. Actually, set up game board, set up map, set up grid. What have we called it in our game state? Create grid. We've called it grid. So set up grid. Function. So for here, we want to have a look at our game state. Dot grid status. And should we just print this to start with and see what we're working with? Do you want to? What we're going to do, we're going to add a node to our turn node. It's just going to be a button. Put it in the bottom right. Let's give it a minimum size, which should be in layout here. Custom minimum size. Let's give this like 100. No, let's do 200 by 80 pixels. Can we just like move it to like here? And all I want to do is use this as like a pressed. We just want this to be like a test button. So let's just call this test. And it's just going to be a way to trigger code. Mouse enter, draw, button down. I guess button down. Cool. So for the moment, this is going to do setup grid. So let's say we do a short map, we do 1 unit, that's fine. So this is our current grid. So we're looking at columns and then rows. I think this would be easier the other way around. So can we swap over our rows and columns? It'll be easier to work with rows and then columns. The only issue here is, where's our grid status? Just need to remember to do it this way around. Let's just double check where we're calling this. Anywhere else we're manipulating it. Right, that's all fine. This is all in here. No, it's nowhere else. Okay. So we save that. Let's rebuild. And we'll do some testing. Let's do a 9x9. I think that's a lot easier to read. Because what we can do now is, rather than print it like this, we could say for row in game state dot map rows, print game state row. Sorry, dot grid state. So rather than this, we should now get a printout of basically the grid as it looks to us, which I think will be easier. Let's test it. Yeah. I think that's better. I guess the next thing is to think about like referencing units. So do we want to draw out our units on this new grid? So we could do something like this, where we say for col in game state dot map cols, if game state dot grid status dot row col is not equal to empty, then print spawn units, spawn unit, and then whatever it says. In cell row col. Let's see what that says. So rather than printing all of this out, we now just say where we would want to have spawned units. Let's add in a space there so we can read it easier. Right, spawn unit inventory in row 6, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, column 3. Okay, so let's break this out. Instead into something like this with a row and column. We cut all of this, put this here. Spawn unit, row clicked, column clicked. Unindent this. This is now col row. Does that all work the same? Let's double check that's all working fine. Because now we can tie in this spawn unit. Let's just double check this. That looks fine. So what we could do now is like spawn unit. And in our event bus, signal, on spawn unit. Which way around do we want it? We want row then column. So then with this we say event bus dot dot spawn unit dot emit is it row then column? It was row then column, wasn't it? Yeah. Let's see. Yes, okay. So now it's spawned our units in the correct positions. We can spawn multiple. I need to get rid of this one. What was that? Was that on the map? This unit. I'm just going to hide it for the moment. So what's that look like? If we go like this, it's this infantry, isn't it, that we just spawned? So how do we pass? We want to pass that up. Let me just think about this a second. So I'm kind of thinking along the lines of when you click on the unit, we need to store which unit's been clicked on in a reference somewhere. So can I have a variable here which is like unit selected of type unit, and I can put types in here, can't I? So these are ints. So on button down. Let's try this. Let's do event bus dot unit selected dot emit. Can I do like self? And then on ready, we do event bus dot connect. No, dot unit selected dot connect to select unit. And we make a function for that, which is function select unit, and that needs unit. This naming stuff is terrible at the moment. And then unit selected equals unit print unit selected, and then what else do we have? Do we have a function here? Let's do function say name, for example. And we're just going to say print hi. And let's see if we do Oh, actually, even better. Can we do like print position? Global position? Say global position. And then if we do units selected dot say global position, is that going to work? I don't think it will. I don't know why I don't think that's going to work, but I don't think it's going to work. So let's have a couple of units. Unfortunately, it's going to be global position, not. So let's make them far enough apart, kind of. It's not what we wanted to happen. Because our game state is wrong, right? So setup. No, it should be ready. What's our game state? Current state 1, which is setup. We're trying to change it to ready, but in our game state we don't have a way of doing that. Game phase dot setup. Come on, type properly. If new state is game phase dot ready, then we swap to that. Okay, let's see what happens now. So what we should get is, let's check if we confirm that. If we go to our remote game states, we should be in state 2. Good, that's good. Right, so now clicking them shouldn't remove them. So this is just in this weird state though, that we don't want the first key press. So actually we want to cut this into here. We do like an else this. And then we get rid of this and we remove that indent. Let's try that. So let's go back round, start game. Let's do a 9x9. We'll do a few different units. So let's do 1, 2, 3 like that. We'll do the bushes like that. And we'll do mushrooms in a line like that. Okay, for the moment it's just spawning the infantry, that's fine. So, okay, so we know the location of that. It's kind of right. The move tile drawing is good. Oh, we're not sending that, are we? Unit selected. So we should send this. We should send unit type here. So let's add some types here. There's probably way better ways of doing this, but this is also an int. And then these are going to have the word. Yeah, this is such a messy way of doing this. They're so interconnected. But yeah, let's just get. We've got to get. Just have things working first, and then we fix it. Pass unit index. Unit type index. Game state dot. Unit list. Let's see if this works. Can we get like a find? What would find do? Find this. Let's see what this returns. If this returns a number of the index, let's just have a look at the docs. That's the easiest way to do it. Find what from returns the index of the first occurrence of what in this array. -1. Yeah, that should work. Go on, let's be confident. We're just going to paste this straight in. Actually, we might as well print it out as well, just to double check. Brilliant. Okay, that worked. Right, 2 of each. 2, 2, and let's do either corner. Okay, so it's setting up the grid fine. So why, I need to have a look at this. Why is it not adding, if we click on the map, we're printing this event. This is what we're getting as our output here, right? If we clear that and now click, are we still getting our output? No. So we're definitely getting to this point. Handle, map, click. Let's see, are we doing this? No. Because min row 0. Why are we not doing that? We're doing this. Let's do column clicked, row clicked, min col, max col, min row, max row. Let's see what we're getting here. Oh, min col. Let's restart infantry 1 1 and 1. Let's do this. Oh, that's broken. Let's rebuild. Oh, it's all broken. I think our map script had failed, so it wasn't running properly. Yeah, okay, that's good. 1 2 1 and 1. 43, 4, 3, 1, 10, 1. Wait, max row, max column, and min column are all -1. Oh, right. So min row, we're going to do all of these then. Okay, that's better. Right, so we're now getting to here. Now, game state handle unit placed. Why does that do nothing in this case? Does it check? Handle unit placed. Because we're at our maximum placed units. Now what we want to do is do match game states. Current states. And if this is game states dot ready, can't do that. No, dot, what's it going to be called? Game phase. Dot game phase dot setup. No, setup then lobby, isn't it? No, lobby then setup. Okay, if it's lobby, no, we'll get there eventually. If it's setup, we want to do this. If instead it's game state, game phase dot play ready. Why are we not getting these? Right, let's do a new signal cell clicked. And what do we want to pass here? We want row and column. Event bus dot cell clicked dot emit. I think we need to map to local. No, we've already got them. Column clicked and so row clicked. column clicked. And let's hear event bus dot cell clicked dot connect handle cell click. Function handle cell click row column and just for the moment let's print row space column. Let's just check that is all working. So wait, the signal is not connected here, so let's go round. Let's rebuild, because that's a new signal on the event bus, so we might need to rebuild to get that. I think if we can get to a point where we click on a cell, we click on a unit and then click on a cell and the unit moves to that cell, I'll be happy. I think that's where I want to get to. That looks like row 6 column 3, row 8 column 5, row 8 column 8. That looks good. So can we do like unit selected? Let's try that. And actually we're going to call these X and Y. Because we don't care what row and column. Oh, we kind of do as well. We need row and column, and we also need those global positions. So we need this. I'm going to skip this song. Bit too energetic for this. So we need this value. It's just cheap for the moment. And this is what, a vector 2? I think it's a vector 2. So we go back to our event bus. Self-collect. No, that's not what I want. Event position. It's kind of global position though, isn't it? Global position type vector 2. And then in our turn here, global position vector 2. Let's do that for the moment. So we have to rebuild because we changed the signal. Let's do the 9x9. 2, 2, and 1. Okay, let's just see if this works then. So if we say move to global position, and then here we've got a function, move to move to, which takes in global position of type vector 2. This is all terrible code. Don't do this. Then can we just say global position equals global position? Let's see if this works. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 1, 2. Yes, so we need to say if unit selected not null. Do we need a not null like that? Because at the moment it's empty because we've not clicked on a unit. Is that gonna... I mean, it's not terrible. Like, obviously we need to change it so it's using cell coordinates. But yeah, I'm not sure I want to get into that just now. Oh, it is only letting me click on the... Ah, but I can't deselect it. Oh wait, somehow I did. I don't know how I swapped over. I clicked here. Okay, but we're kind of like... If I want to stick to the unit grid, we have to get like the map scene is the only one that can do this local to map conversion with our tile map that we've got. So if we want to get that working, our unit is going to have to somehow call up to the map. Or better, turn can call down to the map is going to be what happens. Wait, what calls move to? We're emitting cell clicked. We just need to do this, don't we? I think we just need to do this. Can we do map to global? Unit global position to local to map. Is there a map to global equivalent? No. Tile map layer. Let's see what this is. Properties, methods. The map to local and local to map. So let's do Godot 4 to local. It's just too global. Very easy. Okay. So it's not mapped to global here. We want to do map to local. Do this, and then we want to do unit position dot to global, maybe. Yeah, to global unit position. And that's what we want to pass in. Go on, please work. Should we just try and run it? Nice. So all we need to do is check if there's already a unit in the cell that we're clicking on. Kind of thinking along the lines of, is it easy to have a function somewhere on here that we can just call, which is just converts cell to global. So we can pass it our row and column, and it will return the top left corner of that cell. I think we're going to leave game dev stuff there. I think that's a good stopping point for what we've done. I quite like how this is looking. Oh, that's all we need to do, is just if we click the cell, if we click on the button again, we deselect it. So units selected, where are we? If unit selected equals null, else do this. Let's go through. It's kind of. It could be way, way better. Obviously, the code is very, very ugly at the moment. But it's maybe a good start. Yeah, I think I'm fairly happy with that. So let's save that. And what we're going to do, we're going to do another quick break. And then we'll get onto, we'll do some pixel art instead. Now, I don't know the best way to do this. Because in YouTube Studio, we've got a separate stream set up. So I think the best way is to like stop this stream and start a new stream on YouTube. I don't think I can just switch over, can I? Because I know on Twitch I can just change category and then update the title. But so the main thing is I want the VOD on YouTube to be separate and to be the pixel art VOD. So people watching back, if they want to watch just the pixel art stuff, they can just click on the other video. How do I do that? Can I send... Share, add stream marker, highlight video? That's not what we want to do. If I select it here, I'm going to try something in OBS. I don't know if this is going to disconnect our YouTube stream and end that game dev one and start the second one. It might do nothing. But if you're interested, if anyone on YouTube is interested, still watching, there'll be some pixel art coming up. But it should go to a separate stream, which might need to go back to the channel to see. I don't know what happens. But I'm going to try it, see what happens.